Hello, beloved. I'm truly glad you're here. There are no accidents when it comes to divine timing, and I believe with all my heart that you didn't just stumble across this message by chance. Heaven has been watching you, listening to your prayers, and walking with you through the silence. And now something is shifting. That tug in your spirit, that ache of hope that refuses to leave, it's not your imagination, it's confirmation. Something sacred is moving in the unseen, and today's word is your personal sign. So take a deep breath, let the noise fall away, and hear this with your heart. Before we begin, I want you to type these 3 words in the comments if you feel this stirring inside. I receive. Write it boldly, like a declaration. Because when you do, you're not just agreeing with me, you're agreeing with heaven. You're coming into alignment with the promise that's been prepared for you. And if you're new here, welcome to this growing family. We are a prophetic community that believes God still speaks clearly, kindly, and with purpose. You are watching Prophetic Message, where we listen for the voice of the Spirit and follow it with trust. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a divine word sent just for you. Let me say this as clearly as I can. The wait is over. Yes, I'm talking to you. Your soulmate is no longer wandering. They are no longer confused, no longer bound by past fears or delays. They are ready. Heaven has been working on both of you in secret, healing you, aligning you, preparing you. And now the time has come where love will no longer be a maybe, but a yes. There is a divine certainty rising up in your life. That moment you've prayed for, the one where 2 hearts finally recognize each other and choose to walk together into covenant. That moment is closer than you think. I know it hasn't been easy. Some days it felt like God was silent. Other days you questioned if maybe love just wasn't written in your story. Maybe you were meant to walk this journey alone. But deep down, that's not what your spirit was saying, was it? Deep down, you still held on to hope. You still imagined what it would feel like to wake up next to someone who sees you fully and loves you just as you are. Someone who doesn't need to be convinced of your worth because they recognize it the moment your eyes meet. Beloved, I came to tell you this truth today. They're coming. And they're not just coming casually or temporarily. They're coming with intention, with clarity, with commitment. Because God has stirred their heart to say what they couldn't say before. I do. This is a divine moment. And it's important you don't miss the signs. The word says in Isaiah 43:19, "See, I am doing a new thing." Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I believe you are already sensing it. Something has changed. The atmosphere around your life feels pregnant with possibility. Old doors are closing. Old cycles are breaking. And a new chapter is being written. Not by your hand alone, but by God's. Let me take you deeper. There's been a pressing in your spirit, a divine pressure that's been shaping your heart like clay. God has been molding you in the waiting, teaching you how to love with wisdom, how to choose with discernment, how to stay open even after you've been wounded. And the reason for that shaping? It was never punishment, it was preparation. Because the kind of love that's coming to you now is not the kind that fades. It's not the kind that needs constant fixing. It's not lukewarm. It's holy. It's mutual. It's enduring. And it starts with a vow. Proverbs 18:22 reminds us, "He who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favor from the Lord." That means the moment someone sees your heart and chooses you in love, there's favor attached to it. This isn't just a relationship, it's an anointing. A union that carries weight in heaven. Now maybe you're asking, but how will I know? You'll know, not because they check every box on a list you once made years ago, but because peace will settle on your soul like dew in the morning. You'll feel safe. You'll feel seen, not just for your strengths, but even in your weaknesses. And more than that, you'll feel chosen. This is not a season for striving. It's a season for surrender. You do not have to chase what is sent by God. You don't have to convince someone to love you when their heart was already appointed to you in the Spirit. The promise of God is not fragile. It does not need constant proof to exist. It just needs your agreement. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, "He has made everything beautiful in its time." And that includes you, your story, your love life, your future marriage. Everything is being made beautiful, not rushed, not forced, but perfectly timed, I know you've endured seasons of delay. Some delays were divine. God was protecting you from connections that looked right, but weren't rooted in destiny. Others were self-imposed, wounds from your past causing you to shut down when love tried to approach. But even in that, God was patient. He waited for you to heal. And now he's saying, no more waiting. It's time. This is where everything shifts. Your yes is no longer floating in the future. It's being grounded in the now. You see, the person meant for you is not just spiritually prepared. They are emotionally and mentally ready too. They've grown through their own fires. They've cried their own tears. They've confronted their own fears. And in the process, their heart has become tender enough to see you rightly, to cherish you, to guard you, to walk beside you as a covenant partner, not just a companion. Ruth 3:11 speaks to this. All the people of my town know that you are a woman of noble character. And just as Boaz saw Ruth's worth and didn't delay, so too will this person move with clarity and honor when they recognize you. You've waited with faith. You've prepared your heart. You've trusted God's timing. Now the reward is here. Your wedding day may not be marked on a calendar yet, but it's already written in heaven. Your name and theirs, linked in divine purpose, are being called forth now. And angels are aligning the path ahead so that nothing and no one can block what's been decreed. That tug on your spirit that brought you to this video. It's not emotion, it's confirmation. You are not crazy for believing that God would send someone who truly sees you. You are not wrong for desiring to be chosen, pursued, and loved without condition. That's not a fantasy. That's alignment with God's heart for marriage. In Matthew 7:11, Jesus says, if you then, though you are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good gifts to those who ask him? You asked, you believed, you waited. Now, the gift is being released. But there's something else I need you to understand. Timing is everything. And when the door opens, you must walk through it with courage. It may not come packaged the way you expect. It may not start with fireworks or poetic words. But it will come with peace, with consistency, with truth. And that is your sign. You don't need 1,000 confirmations when peace is already whispering. This is it. Philippians 4:7 says, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. That peace will be your compass. Now let me speak prophetically into your heart. I see joy returning to you. I see wedding garments prepared. I see divine appointments orchestrated in the next few weeks. Someone has been praying for the kind of love you carry, and you have been praying for a love that speaks your soul's language. God is answering both prayers at once. Do not let fear talk you out of it. Do not let overthinking block what grace has already made room for. Do not let the enemy whisper doubt into your waiting. The delay is over. This person is ready, and so are you. You see, when heaven aligns two people, it doesn't happen in chaos. It happens in quiet clarity. It happens through a divine unfolding, step by step, moment by moment. And for many of you, that unfolding has already begun, even if you can't see all the details yet. But in the spirit, the movement has started. There has been a breakthrough, a shift. Something sacred has been released in the heavens concerning your life, your heart, and your future. And the person tied to that future has already begun to feel it. They may not have had the language for it at first. They may not have understood why they suddenly felt called to get their life in order, why they felt pulled toward healing, toward prayer, toward purpose. But now they're starting to see. It was you. God was preparing them for you. And now, beloved, the veil is being lifted. Their clarity is returning. Their heart is beginning to beat with a new rhythm. And that rhythm is calling your name. Don't be surprised if things begin to happen quickly now. When divine timing collides with human readiness, things accelerate. Conversations will unfold that used to feel stuck. Encounters will feel guided instead of random. Doors will open with ease that once felt impossible to unlock. And it's not because you finally earned it. It's because it's time. Romans 8:28 reminds us of something powerful. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. You see, every delay had purpose. Every heartbreak had instruction. Every silence had a lesson. And now that you've passed through all of that, You are stepping into the good, into the prepared, into the appointed. There is no more striving, no more begging, no more wondering if you're lovable or worthy. That battle has been won. You are stepping into a love that already knows your worth. A love that has eyes to see and ears to hear the cry of your heart. A love that mirrors heaven, not because it's perfect, but because it's holy. Because it's intentional. Because it's mutual. I need you to hear this deeply. You are not too much. You are not too late. You are not forgotten. Your life, your prayers, your tears, your waiting, it has all been seen by God. And when God sees, God moves. You are not invisible to the one who created your heart. And that heart, it wasn't made to live in survival. It was made to love, to be loved, to flourish. This next season of your life will not be marked by confusion. It will be marked by confirmation. That means that instead of questioning everything and everyone, you'll begin to feel a deep inner knowing, a peace that overrides fear, a stillness that anchors your heart. Isaiah 30:21 says, "Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, 'This is the way. Walk in it.'" That's what this person will bring. Not just attraction, not just excitement, but direction. You'll feel the Spirit whispering, "This is it. This is the way. Walk in it." And yes, there will be moments where it feels overwhelming, not because it's wrong, but because it's real. This kind of love will stretch you. It will invite you to be fully seen. It will call you to deeper levels of trust, honesty, and faith. But do not let that intimidate you, because God never gives you something He hasn't prepared you for. And beloved, you have been prepared. You've done the work. You've cried the tears. You've kept showing up in faith even when it hurt. And God has not forgotten a single seed you've sown in prayer. Galatians 6:9 says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." And that time is now. A harvest is coming, not just of love, but of restoration. For every year the enemy stole from your heart, God is returning it sevenfold. For every time you are misunderstood, overlooked, abandoned, God is sending someone who will understand you without you having to explain everything. Someone who sees your light and wants to protect it, not dim it. Someone who feels honored to walk beside you. This love will not drain you. It will fill you. It will not confuse you. It will confirm you. And I want to speak this into your life right now. God is going to surprise you with how simple it feels. Not because love is easy, but because when it's God-sent, it flows. When it's anointed, it doesn't have to be forced. That doesn't mean there won't be challenges, but even those challenges will become a path toward greater unity, not division. Don't settle for a connection that only awakens your flesh and ignores your spirit. The person God is sending will nourish both. They'll pray with you, dream with you, build with you. They'll celebrate your wins and sit with you in your losses. They'll love you in the moments when you feel strong, and they'll hold you in the moments when you feel weak. This is what you've been waiting for. But not just the person, the feeling. The feeling of being home in someone's presence, of not having to shrink or perform or edit who you are. The feeling of belonging. You are going to look into someone's eyes and realize this is what peace feels like in human form. Psalm 37:4 says, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart." That doesn't mean He's a genie giving you whatever you ask for. It means that when your heart delights in Him, your desires align with His, and what you long for becomes what He longs to give. And right now He's giving you love. Deep, real, mature love. You may feel a little nervous. That's okay. New beginnings often bring a mix of emotion. But you're not stepping into this alone. The same God who walked with you in the wilderness is now walking you down the aisle. Maybe not literally yet, but spiritually you are stepping into covenant, into covering, into union. And if you've been worried about your past, don't be. God doesn't consult your past to determine your future. Your soulmate is not coming to judge you for where you've been. They're coming to walk with you into where you're going. The past has been covered by grace, and what's ahead is covered by glory. Psalm 85:10 says, "Love and faithfulness meet together. Righteousness and peace kiss each other." That is what your union will carry. Love, faithfulness, righteousness, peace. I want you to speak this over yourself right now. Even if you have to whisper it, "I am ready to be loved well." Say it again. I am ready to be loved well. Because you are. And not only are you ready, you are worthy. God never asks you to hide your light to be loved. He asks you to shine it so the one meant for you can find you, so don't dim yourself anymore. Don't apologize for your sensitivity, your depth, your calling, your brilliance. The one coming will love all of it, because when God brings two people together, He doesn't just match their appearances. He aligns their souls. Your soul is about to meet its echo, and when it does, you'll know. You won't have to force them to choose you. You won't have to keep proving your worth. You won't have to beg for their attention. You'll simply be, and they'll simply love you. It's really that simple when heaven is in it. Ephesians 3:20 tells us that God is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to His power that is at work within us. That means your soulmate is not just what you've imagined, they're more. Because God doesn't give us what we imagine, He gives us what we didn't even know we needed. This is not a fairy tale. This is real. This is kingdom love. And it's on its way to you right now, so keep your heart open. Stay expectant. Stay anchored in prayer. Not in striving, but in trust. The same God who told Noah when to build the ark. The same God who told Ruth where to glean in the field. The same God who guided Esther into favor. That same God is orchestrating the steps of your soulmate toward you. And when the moment comes, you won't miss it. You will recognize it in your spirit. You will feel it in your bones. You will know. This is what I've been waiting for. Beloved, I want to talk to the part of you that still hesitates. The part that wonders if it's really safe to believe again. The part that's been disappointed before, that's walked through heartbreak, that's held hope in trembling hands, only to see it slip away. I see you. And more importantly, God sees you. That hesitancy in your spirit isn't weakness. It's weariness. It's the kind of tiredness that comes from carrying silent prayers for years and not knowing when they'll be answered. But here's what I want to gently remind you of. Even the weary are not forgotten. Isaiah 40:31 says, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint." You have waited. You have believed. You have held on to your vision when no one else could see it. And now your strength is being renewed, not just for the sake of survival, but for celebration. For the season you are stepping into, for the covenant that's already unfolding. I want you to begin noticing something. Small signs. Divine winks. The stranger who says something that sounds exactly like what you prayed. A dream you had that starts to come to life. A sudden moment of peace that settles on you for no reason. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Heaven is letting you know that you are in alignment, that your soul is in rhythm with what God is doing. You are walking through the threshold now, out of delay and into destiny. The enemy would love for you to shrink back in this moment, to return to old doubts, to look back at the closed doors and convince yourself that maybe nothing good is coming. But don't do it. Don't give him that satisfaction, because the truth is he's terrified. The closer you get to your promise, the louder the distractions will become. But that's how you know you're close. When the storm comes just before the breakthrough, it's not a sign that you failed. It's proof that you've arrived. This next part of your journey will require something new from you, permission. Not from others, but from yourself. You have to give yourself permission to be loved fully, to be seen without shame, to be held without apology. Some of you have become so used to waiting that you've forgotten how to receive. You've been so busy surviving that you've stopped imagining what it's like to thrive. But hear me, you are not just a survivor. You are a promise carrier, a dream holder, a soul worthy of laughter, companionship, intimacy, and joy. God is not just sending you a partner. He's sending you restoration in human form. Someone who will water the seeds that have been lying dormant in your heart. Someone who won't just love your light, but will honor your shadows. Someone who sees not just where you are, but where you're going, and chooses to walk beside you into it. Think about that. You're about to walk into a season where someone doesn't want to change you. They want to support you, celebrate you, build with you. That's what kingdom love looks like. It's not about control or fear. It's about freedom. It's about safety. It's about choosing each other daily, even when it's hard. And this love that's coming, it's going to unlock something in you. You'll laugh more. You'll dream more. You'll trust more, because love has a way of healing what logic cannot. Love, when it's pure and godly, rewrites the story your wounds have been telling you. Romans 12:9 says, "Let love be genuine. Abhor what is evil. Hold fast to what is good." The person God is sending has learned to abhor what is fake. They are no longer entertained by shallow connections. They've seen what happens when they ignore the voice of God, and they've learned the cost of disobedience. That's why they're coming back, not just to love you, but to do it right this time. With honor, with vision, with truth, and maybe they haven't arrived yet. Maybe they're still finishing some part of their assignment. That's okay. They're close. The veil is thin. The spiritual pull is stronger than ever. And soon, what's been forming in secret will be revealed in the natural. But when they come, be ready. Not just externally, be ready in your heart. Because this is not the kind of love you keep on the surface. This is the kind you must open yourself to fully, vulnerably, authentically. No more pretending to be fine when you're not. No more hiding the parts of you that others couldn't handle. No more self-sabotaging because you're afraid of being left again. This time is different. Psalm 126:5-6 promises, "Those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy." Those who go out weeping, carrying seed to sow, will return with songs of joy, carrying sheaves with them. Your tears were not in vain. They watered the soil of this season, and now your harvest is joy. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right on time. The reason it took this long is because God wasn't just preparing them. He was preparing you. He needed you to see your worth before someone else did. He needed you to heal from the past so you wouldn't bleed on your future. He needed you to stop seeing yourself through the lens of rejection so that you could receive love without suspicion. And look at you now. You're standing stronger than you were before. More discerning, more grounded, more open. That's not an accident. That's progress. That's growth. That's the fruit of your obedience. Now, when this person arrives, you'll recognize them, not by their words alone, but by their spirit. It will feel familiar but not repetitive, new but somehow ancient, like you've always known them, even before you met. That's what happens when God writes a love story. It won't just feel romantic, it will feel right. You'll breathe easier around them. Your nervous system will relax, and your soul will whisper, "This is what I've been waiting for." But I must warn you, don't compare this to past love. Don't hold them hostage to the memories of people who weren't equipped to love you. Give them a clean slate, a holy beginning, because they are not the ones who hurt you. They are the ones who will help heal you. Corinthians 13:7 reminds us, "Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things." The love you're about to receive is not made of convenience. It's made of commitment, and you won't have to question their intentions because their actions will speak for them. Their presence will feel like a covering. Their words will feel like a balm. Their prayers will sound like prophecy, because they won't just love you, they'll lead you, not in control, but in spiritual partnership. They'll speak life over you, call out the gold in you, stir the dreams within you, and walk with you, hand in hand, toward the vision God has placed on your lives. You were not created for confusion. You were created for covenant, and covenant is what's coming. So today, I want you to release every last trace of doubt. You don't need to carry that anymore. God is not cruel. He is not withholding. He's been preparing this moment since before you knew what to pray for. And now it's unfolding right in front of you. Be open, be still, be expectant. Your I do is closer than you think, not just in theory, not just in spirit, but in real, tangible, unfolding reality. And when it happens, when they come, when they kneel, when they speak the words your heart has been waiting to hear, let yourself receive it. Not as someone who got lucky, but as someone who was chosen, someone who was appointed, someone who was worthy all along, because that's the truth, isn't it? You are worthy of deep love, of holy union, of laughter that fills your lungs and conversations that stretch long into the night. And you are not just getting married. You are being aligned. Your marriage will be a ministry. Your home will carry peace. Your partnership will unlock purpose. You are not stepping into romance. You are stepping into destiny. So if you've been waiting for a sign, This is it if you've been praying for confirmation. This is it if you've been asking God, when? The answer is now, and I declare it again over you. No more waiting. Your soulmate is ready, and they are coming to say, I do. Beloved, let me speak directly to your heart one more time, because this is the hour where your discernment matters most. This is where you must not only hear the voice of God, but also trust what He's been whispering in the secret place. You see, divine timing is not always about delay. Sometimes it's about preparation meeting opportunity. And right now, that's what's happening for you. Everything in your life has been building toward this alignment. All the waiting, the praying, the inner work, it has not been in vain. You are stepping into the fulfillment of a word spoken over your life long ago, even if you didn't realize it at the time. Perhaps it came through a dream, a quiet knowing, a word of prophecy you tucked away in your journal. Or maybe it's been something you've just felt, a sense that someone out there is being prepared for you, just as you've been prepared for them. Let me remind you, God is not casual with covenant. He is precise, and when He chooses to unite two souls for His purpose, He does it with intentionality. You are not about to enter just any relationship. You're about to step into a divine assignment wrapped in love, clothed in grace, and filled with peace. And right now, something in the spiritual realm has shifted. The preparation season is closing, and the door to fulfillment has opened. The one God has assigned to you is awakening to the reality of your presence. They are becoming aware of your spirit, maybe even without fully knowing why. There's a pull on their heart that wasn't there before, a longing they can't shake, a clarity that is forming like the rising sun after a long night. Song of Songs 2:10 says, My beloved spoke and said to me, Arise, my darling, my beautiful one, come with me. That's the call going out in the spirit. A call to rise, a call to move forward, a call to come out of hiding and into holy union. The season of hiding is over. You don't have to dim your light to be accepted anymore. You don't have to pretend you're content with less than what God promised you. You are being called into the kind of love that makes your soul rest, not strive. And beloved, your soulmate feels this too. Right now, they're reflecting on their life. They're remembering the moments they almost settled, the people they entertained that never felt right, the false starts, the inner tug that kept saying, wait, this isn't it. And suddenly your image, your spirit, is surfacing. Maybe they don't have your name yet, but they feel your frequency. And the more they pray, the more they seek, the louder the sound of your presence becomes. That is no coincidence. That is alignment. And for many of you listening right now, there's been a prophetic stirring that you can't explain, a sense of urgency, a gentle push. You've been waking up in the middle of the night with someone on your heart. You've been feeling waves of emotion that seem to come from nowhere. And what you're experiencing is spiritual resonance. The movement of your soulmate's heart is echoing into your atmosphere. This is not imagination, it's revelation. What you feel is real. What you sense is significant, and what's happening right now is holy. But here's what you must do in this moment. Stay open. Stay surrendered. Stay spiritually sensitive. Because as the physical begins to catch up with the spiritual, you will be tempted to fall back into old patterns. Fear may try to whisper, don't trust it. Your past may try to scream, you've seen this before. Don't get your hopes up, but hear me, this is not like before. This is a new thing. Isaiah 62:4 declares, No longer will they call you deserted or name your land desolate, but you will be called Hephzibah and your land Beulah. For the Lord will take delight in you, and your land will be married. You are no longer going to be identified by what you lost or who left. You will be known by what God is sending. This person who is coming into your life has been through their own breaking. They've learned from their own battles. They know what it's like to give their heart to the wrong people, and they've grown. God has humbled them, refined them, recentered them, and now they are ready. Not perfect, but prepared. And they will not treat your love as disposable. They will recognize the sacredness of your presence. They will not play games with your heart. They will not make you question if you're enough, because they'll know the cost of what they almost missed. They'll know the blessing of what they've found. And they'll treasure you, not just for how you love them, but for who you are when no one's looking. And I need you to prepare yourself for this truth. It may come quickly. For many, the connection will happen in divine acceleration, a meeting that turns into a deep conversation, a message that leads to clarity, a moment that feels divinely scripted. Don't resist it just because it's fast. God does not move on human timelines. He moves on kairos, divine moments of destiny. Acts 17:26-27 says, He marked out their appointed times in history and the boundaries of their lands. God did this so that they would seek Him and perhaps reach out for Him and find Him, though He is not far from any one of us. Your appointed time has been marked, and so has theirs. There's a moment coming where your lives will intersect, and when it happens, it will feel like everything else begins to make sense. Your heartbreaks will make sense. Your delays will make sense. Even your loneliness will make sense, because it all brought you here. You won't be standing in bitterness, you'll be standing in awe. And when that person looks you in the eyes and says, I choose you, it won't be a line. It won't be a guess. It'll be the echo of a divine truth written in heaven long before your paths crossed. You are not being prepared for temporary affection. You are being prepared for a forever kind of love, one that reflects Christ and the church, one that holds space for weakness and celebrates strength. One that doesn't just say, I love you, but lives it every day. And I want you to hear this as if it's being spoken by the voice of God directly to you. Beloved, you have waited well. You have trusted me when it didn't make sense. You have endured in seasons of silence. You have forgiven even when it hurt. And now I am bringing forth a reward that eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. The one I have chosen for you is being released. You will not miss them. They will not overlook you. I am writing a new chapter, and it begins now. Let that soak in. Let your soul breathe that in. You are not just loved, you are chosen. You are not just seen, you are known. You are not just ready, they are too. And if you're still wondering, can this really happen for me? Remember Luke 1:37, for no word from God will ever fail. That includes this one. That includes you, so walk forward. Not in fear, but in faith. Say yes to the possibility of love again. Say yes to being met with gentleness instead of judgment. Say yes to being pursued by someone who means it. Say yes to God's perfect timing, and as you do, things will begin to unlock. Your heart will open without force. Your path will clear without striving. Your spirit will rise without explanation. This is the divine unfolding, and you are the living testimony. And now, beloved, let's breathe together in this sacred moment, because what you're feeling right now, the stirring in your chest, the warmth rising in your spirit, the tears forming in your eyes, isn't just emotion. It's recognition. Something ancient within you is awakening. It's the part of your soul that knows this is real, that knows this is your time, that knows the waiting season is turning into a wedding season. Your life is about to be saturated with purpose in ways you never expected. And no, it's not all going to be glitter and roses. But the difference now is this: you won't be doing life alone. You won't be waking up each morning trying to carry your dreams by yourself. There will be someone beside you who says, I've got you. I see you. I'm with you. There will be someone who mirrors back your strength when you forget it. Someone who doesn't run when things get hard. Someone who chooses you again and again, because choosing you is the easiest decision they've ever made. You may have been abandoned before, but not this time. You may have been misunderstood before, but not this time. You may have had to fight to be seen before, but this time they will see you immediately and love you effortlessly, because this love has heaven's fingerprints all over it. I want you to understand something deeply right now. You are not behind. You are not waiting because you failed or because you did something wrong. You are not waiting because love forgot you. You are waiting because God was writing a love story that couldn't be rushed. You are waiting because your love story is prophetic, and prophetic things take time to manifest. When God wants to do something extraordinary, He often does it in silence, just as Mary carried the Savior of the world for 9 months before anyone understood. You have been carrying the seed of a divine relationship within your spirit. And now it's coming to full term. The labor pains you've been feeling, that pressure in your spirit, that growing discomfort with old situations, that's not restlessness. That spiritual contraction, you are birthing a new season, and that season is filled with love, clarity, and joy. Let this be the moment where you drop the weight of the past. Let this be the moment where you surrender your timeline and trust heaven's orchestration. Let this be the moment where you forgive who you need to forgive. Including yourself, you didn't miss your chance. You didn't ruin your destiny. You didn't push away your blessing. You are still in alignment. You are still being guided. You are still held in God's perfect timing. Now take a moment to picture it with me. You walking down an aisle, not just in a white dress or a suit, but clothed in healing, clothed in grace, clothed in the love of a God who kept every promise. Your person, waiting with eyes that speak what words never could. Not just eyes of attraction, but eyes that carry recognition, that know what they're seeing, that say, with one look, "You're the one." The vows won't just be ceremonial, they'll be spiritual. You'll speak promises that were first written in heaven. Words that have power because they've been prayed for, fasted for, cried over, waited on. And in that moment, it will all make sense. Why the others didn't work out. Why the door closed when it did. Why God was so protective of your heart, because this was the plan all along. Jeremiah 29:11 says it clearly. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. And that includes your future spouse." God didn't forget about your desire for companionship. He planted it there. And now he's fulfilling it, not as an afterthought, but as a divine appointment. Do you realize what that means? It means that someone is on this earth right now, breathing, thinking, praying, maybe even looking out a window wondering if love is still possible. And what they don't know is that their prayers are about to collide with yours. Their longing is about to meet its answer in you. You are their answer. You are the one they've been asking God to show them. You are the one they're preparing for, and that knowing will hit you like a wave the moment your souls connect. You'll feel it in the way your laughter dances together. You'll hear it in the way they speak your name. You'll sense it in the way they listen, not to respond, but to understand. You'll know, not because the world confirms it, not because you calculated the perfect checklist, but because heaven confirms it within you, and when that moment comes, breathe it in. Don't second-guess it. Don't sabotage it. Don't overthink it. Just receive it. This is your gift. You've waited long enough. You've grown strong enough. You've prayed boldly enough. Now it's time to receive beautifully. Psalm 34:5 says, "Those who look to him are radiant. Their faces are never covered with shame." You will not be ashamed in this season. You will not be left at the altar emotionally. You will not be dragged through another cycle of confusion. You will be clarified, confirmed, covered, and celebrated. You are about to see the goodness of God in the land of the living. And not only will you be blessed, you will be a blessing. Your love story will become a testimony. Others will look at your union and see proof that God still writes holy love stories. That purity is still powerful. That patience is still rewarded. That healing is still possible. You will be an example to others, not because you're perfect, but because you trusted the process. Because you dared to believe that God could still do it. Because you allowed yourself to believe that even after everything you've been through, something beautiful could still grow. And oh, how beautiful it will be. You'll have a partner who knows your heart language, who encourages you when you feel low, who respects your boundaries, who cherishes your soul more than your body, who leads with humility, who supports your calling, who makes space for your dreams, and most of all, who prays for you when no one's watching. This is the kind of love that breaks generational curses. This is the kind of love that sets a new standard. This is the kind of love that builds legacies. And it's coming to you, not in 5 years, not in another lifetime. It's coming now. You are entering the season of yes, the season of I do, the season of God not just promising, but performing. Luke 1:45 says, "Blessed is she who has believed that the Lord would fulfill his promises to her. And blessed are you, beloved, because you have believed." Even when it was hard, even when it hurt, even when it seemed like everyone else's prayer was answered but yours, you didn't give up. And now, your answered prayer is on its way. I feel this deeply. Some of you will have divine encounters in the next 3 weeks that shift your whole perspective. Watch for it. Be present, be open. And don't dismiss what feels unfamiliar but peaceful. Remember, God speaks in peace. That text you weren't expecting. That dream that lingers after you wake up. That invitation to go somewhere new. It could be the bridge to what you've been praying for. Stay alert. But more than anything, stay in faith. Because faith is what keeps the door open. Faith is what waters the seed. Faith is what calls it in. Boldly, joyfully, with expectation. You are no longer waiting from a place of lack. You are standing in a place of prophetic readiness. Heaven has already released it, and now it's only a matter of alignment. So stand tall, lift your head, let your heart expand. You are about to be loved well, not temporarily, not transactionally, but divinely. And when they say, "I do" to you, it will be a yes to your spirit, your purpose, your process, and your calling. Not just a yes to your hand, but a yes to your whole being. That's love. That's heaven's design. That's what's coming. Right now, if you haven't already, I want you to comment one more time, blessed and ready. Let that be the final seal on your agreement with this word. Let it echo in the atmosphere. Let it reach the throne room of heaven. And please share this message with someone who needs hope again. Someone who's quietly wondering if God still sees them. Someone who's lost faith in love. This word could be the very confirmation their soul needs to believe again. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe to Prophetic Message right now. Join this spiritual family where we release what heaven is saying right when you need to hear it. Don't forget to tap that notification bell so you never miss another prophetic word, especially in this season where timing is everything, because your I do is coming and heaven is already rejoicing. Until next time. Keep believing, keep expecting, and keep your heart open. Your love story is unfolding, and it's going to be more beautiful than you ever imagined. God bless you.